Hi, I'm back. I want to talk about Tulsa's Black Wall Street. Tulsa's Black Wall Street flourished as a self-contained hub in early 1900s. Greenwood Avenue featured luxury shops, restaurants, movie theaters, a library, pool hall, nightclubs. Before the Tulsa Race Massacre, where the city's black district of Greenwood was attacked by a white mob, resulting in 2 days of bloodshed and the destruction. The area had been considered one of the most affluent African American communities in the United States. For the early part of the 20th century, the massacre, which began May the 31st, 1921, and left hundreds of black residents dead and thousands of houses destroyed, often overshadowed the history of the vulnerable black enclave itself. Greenwood District, with a population of 10,000 at the time, had thrived as epicenter of African American business and culture, particularly on bustling Greenwood Avenue, commonly known as Black Wall Street. Developed on Indian territory, founded in 1906, Greenwood was developed on Indian territory, the vast area where Native Americans tribes had been forced to relocate, which encompassed much of the modern day eastern Oklahoma. Some African Americans had been former slaves of the tribes and subsequently integrated into tribal communities. They acquired allotted land in Greenwood. Through the Dowells Act, a U.S. law that gave land to individual Native Americans and many blacks, sharecroppers fleeing racial oppression, located to the region as well in search of a better life post the Civil War. Oklahoma begins to be promoted as a safe haven for African Americans who start to come, particularly post-emancipated, to the Indian territory. After slavery, right? And Lincoln signed the bill, and we were, hey, free. Free to do what? You ain't got no land. You ain't got no money. You ain't got no food. And you sure ain't got nowhere to go. So the Indians took up where the white folks left off. Well, we'll feed you. You know, you do some work, whatever around here, we'll feed you and put a roof over your head from one extreme to the other. But did you hear in my commentary earlier when I was saying about the Dowells Act? Let me show you greed and hate at its most. You already done beat, raped, killed, stole, name it, you done it. Displaced these people from their land. And so you set them free with nowhere to go, no money, no nothing. And then another group of people take up where you left off. So the dowel role was invented. That's where you'll see mulattoes, indigenous people, Negro. Because they, in the 60s, we was Negroes. Afro-Americans stepped up a little bit. I want to say in the early 80s. But that Negro was too close to Niger, the Niger River. Because, you know, what's done in the dark will come to the light and be made manifested. But nevertheless, I brought up Tulsa so that we as a people that don't know about Black Wall Street, we wasn't always just slaves. And we built this country off our backs. Everybody, every nationality of people in America and beyond has been compensated. Chinese, Germans, name it. They've been compensated for the wrong that was done to their people, to their ancestors. Do you know that we're the only one, that haven't been compensated for building this country for free, and they don't have no intentions of compensating us as a people. And every time the talk of it come up, to be honest, they feel like when they gave out some state welfare and food stamps, that was compensation. And on that note, brought me, hold it up, let me bring it back some. Because that's how the dollars got messed up. Because white people went and jumped on the Native American, indigenous, and mulatto list as if though they were indigenous people to the land. And also, now that any talk come up about compensation for us as a people, it's just words. Because, for one, why do they need to respect us or give us compensation for building this country off the backs of our forefathers? Why? I just like to make you think. I just like to make you aware. And you know, a lot of people is very opinionated because you judge things that you not used to or don't think exist. And no one asked you to fall in love with what you know or don't know, for all that matters. Just know when and when not to voice your opinion about something you don't know about. Or even if you do know about it, it's never what you do, it's how you do it. Nevertheless, my name is Brenda Jackson. This is my commentary. Food for thought. Great awakening. It's great to be awoke.